Hello there, Aries. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of November 2nd through the 8th. On Monday, the card that you got is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is just telling me what I'm hearing is picking up the pieces this time for this translation. This card actually comes in a couple of different ways for me very commonly, but today what you have is picking up the pieces on Monday. I don't know what happened for you on Sunday, but this card can actually come up for cleaning up the mess if you've had a big dinner party the night before and you went to bed before you dealt with all that mess. This can be picking up the pieces on maybe you had something go on in one of your relationships where maybe there was a readjustment of how things are going to be done. And so that can be kind of a picking up the pieces type situation as well. So it can be very literal or it can be more emotional. This also can be picking up the pieces maybe after you've had some kind of spiritual revelation that really shook you. This can be picking up the pieces in that way too. But somewhere or another Aries, I feel like the manifestation for you is going to come in just as some version of picking up the pieces on Monday. And this could be also, it doesn't have to be about picking up the pieces just that were generated by you. This can be picking up the pieces from somebody else that you kind of are responsible for cleaning up after. So for those of you who are administrative assistants, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your boss does something really incredibly out there dumb and you kind of have to pick up the pieces and make everything look good anyway. That type of thing. We can do this for family members. There's a lot of different people that we can do this for in our lives, but so this is not necessarily something that we're picking up the pieces from something from us. We could be picking up the pieces that somebody else has created too. So it's going to be manifesting a bunch of different ways for all you different Aries, but definitely picking up some pieces on Monday. Now Tuesday, Two of Cups in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse just means that there's somebody in your life um, who is significant to you, possibly the person you're in a romantic relationship with, but it could be a friendship or a coworker as well, or a family member. But there's somebody in your life that you're kind of butting heads with on Tuesday. There's some kind of disagreement coming into play that needs to be worked out. I don't know that it'll be worked out on Tuesday. For some of you it will, I'm hearing, but not for all of you. But something comes in that is for some of you, this is a deal breaker in a relationship. So this may be, and still this is not just a romantic relationship. For some of you, this is friendships, but something comes up that makes you really feel like, you know what, I don't want to be around this type of situation anymore. So, but for most of you, I don't feel like it's going to be that dramatic of a situation for the majority of you. So Tuesday, some kind of butting heads with somebody that's important to you in your life. Wednesday, you have the Knight of Coins showing up in reverse. Knight of Coins showing up in reverse generally means one of two things. Either on Wednesday, you're doing some impulse shopping and you're blowing the budget. It's not just impulse shopping, but you're blowing the budget. You're spending more, and you know you're spending more than you know you should spend in most cases. And you're just kind of thinking, well, I'll figure out how to get it all balanced later on, tomorrow. Or what's going on is you're taking some kind of action that prevents your cash flow from coming in. So maybe you're calling in to work. Maybe you're not doing the things you would normally do in running your business that would bring in the cash flow. Something's going on that is you're either not doing what you would normally do to bring in the cash flow, or you are putting more out of your cash flow than what would be advisable if you were to look at your budget sheet. Okay, so that's Wednesday. Thursday, what we have coming up is we have the Page of Coins in reverse. Wow, you guys have one upright card. Huh, I just noticed that. Okay. So as any of you who have been watching me a long time know, I don't feel like reverse cards are necessarily bad. In fact, sometimes I like them better than the right side up cards. So there's no worries just because you have a lot of reverse cards. It's just kind of an interesting little kind of moment when I notice that. So anyway, on Thursday, Page of Coins showing up in reverse. This just means on Thursday you get some kind of message about money or about material goods So this could be about property or about investments, and this is a message where money comes out of your pocket. So maybe you get a bigger invoice than you were expecting, or maybe you're invoiced for something you weren't expecting to be invoiced for, or you find out that your investment portfolio didn't do quite as well as you wanted it to do. There's all kinds of different ways this can manifest. I had this card come up for one person one time that her son dropped his cell phone in the toilet, and so she replaced it. So there's all kinds of different ways that this can manifest, both big and little. Just getting some news about money where you're going to be spending a little bit more than you thought. So you're going to be finding out about that. You may not be spending the money on Thursday. This card really more indicates you finding out that you're going to. Now, Friday, King of Cups in reverse. Emotional outpouring are the first two words that come into my head as I'm looking at this card. So this is somebody that you're dealing with, Aries, on Friday, who is having an emotional outpouring to you. Now, emotional outpourings can be very positive, but not always. So I do feel like for most of you, this is going to be a male who is pouring out his emotions. And for some of you, of course, a female, because it is a general reading. So I'm not going to lock in a gender on a general. That would be very ridiculous. Bum, 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 bum. And the feeling that I get from this outpouring of emotions is it doesn't feel like this is somebody who is erupting with emotions, you know, like in just like this violent, forceful issuance, you know, screaming, yelling, crying, whatever. So it doesn't feel like any kind of volcanic eruption of emotions. It does feel heavy to me. And when I say heavy, I feel like when this person pours out his emotions, this is about some serious stuff that he's talking to you. And it feels like he's been carrying this burden for a while, and he's ready to start sharing that burden with somebody else because he doesn't know that he can live under that load anymore. So for me, this would be, I can think of, you know, a few examples of how this would manifest. This could be somebody telling you how he feels about you, and maybe he has really admired you from a distance for a long time, and he would like to take whatever could be the next step. But it feels very heavy, so maybe he doesn't anticipate you feeling the same way, or, you know, he's taking this risk, but he doesn't feel like this is necessarily going to go well or something. Another way this could be manifesting is somebody may have some medical information that they haven't been sharing about themselves or about somebody close to them, that they've been kind of carrying this burden and not letting anybody else know. And they are finally letting down their guard and letting you know what's going on. But there's something going on about somebody pouring out their emotions to you on Friday. Like I said, it does seem kind of heavy. I feel like whatever this person is saying, it's going to be something that is a very serious topic to them. And it's going to be something that they are expecting and hoping that you will pay attention to what they're saying, because it is important to them. Okay, so, and basically I'm hearing don't laugh it off. Don't treat it as trivial. Really listen to them. So anyway, that's going to be interesting. I would be curious to see how that manifests for some of you. If you would leave that in the comments, that would be really nice, because I don't think I've gotten a message that feels just like that before. Okay, so moving on to Saturday, Aries. You've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse is one of those cards I love to see in reverse. And the reason I like to see Ten of Swords in reverse is it's really talking about the resolution of a situation, and it's really the effortless resolution of the situation in most cases. So let's talk about what this card really means. Ten of Swords, when it comes up upright, just talks about that you're in a situation where people are talking about you, saying things that aren't true about you, and it's a situation where there's nothing you can really do about it. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. In fact, sometimes the more you do and the more you say, the more it looks bad on you, even if even though all this stuff is not true. But when the Ten of Swords comes in reverse, what's happening is there's a situation that comes up and you just handle it being your normal everyday self. You're not even thinking about repercussions or what are other people thinking. You're just handling this situation the way it should be handled. And in doing that, it becomes very obvious to people that have been hearing these rumors about you that there's no way that those rumors could be true, because for you to do this thing and these rumors to be true, it just doesn't work. It doesn't mesh. It's like putting oil and water together. You just can't blend them. So what happens is those people start to see the truth about you, and they also start to wonder about the motivations of the person that's been saying these things that aren't true. Okay? So that's your Saturday, and that's a really good day because it's a day of people really seeing you for who you are and the truth really coming out about you. Now, Sunday, Page of Swords in reverse. You're digging for some information is what I'm hearing. Digging, digging, digging. So there's something that you feel like somebody is hiding some information around you in your life, Aries, and you've decided enough of that. It's time for me to figure out what the full picture is. And so I see you digging for some information. I do feel like most of you are going to find some information. There's a few of you that are going to run up against some brick walls. Like whatever means you're going to be trying to dig for information, that person really gets, oh, I see what they're doing. Not happening. And it's not going to matter what you do or how hard you try. A few of you, the brick walls are just going to be there. But for most of you, I do feel like you dig up some information. One word of warning, be cautious. The information that you dig up may be partial information. I'm feeling like for some of you, this is going to be partial information, and it really isn't going to be enough to make a decision based on that information. Even though it might look like it, you really want to find out more before you make your choice. And I don't think you're going to find out more by digging. I think it will come to the surface eventually. And so please don't make any decisions based on whatever it is that you find out on Sunday through your own digging, Mr. and Ms. Aries. So that is your week. Thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate all the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscribes. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much, everyone. You all have a fantastic day. I will see you the next time around. Peace out.